All of these people have worked very hard over the last 6.5 years in their own different ways to reach this successful conclusion, and I'd like you to show your appreciation to them too, please. Now, if there's one thing that I had to pick out as being the key to our success, it has to be our fundraising campaign. The campaign got into gear very soon after we formed in 1990, and each year since then has raised in excess of £30,000 a year. And I think it's a credit to the selfless dedication and commitment of Andy Campbell and the fundraising committee that we've been able to sustain that high level of commitment and fundraising. Go on, take a proper bow, Andy, come on. Altogether, from our own fundraising efforts, we have raised in excess of £200,000, which is an amazing effort from a town only 3,500 people. Not only did the success of the fundraising campaign give us the necessary credibility and clout with the grant-making organisations that we were going to be applying to for grants, but the fundraising campaign also had the added benefit of maintaining a high profile in the town, and has kept the morale high, even when in the darkest days it seemed to us that we would never get there. However, get there we did, and altogether, with the grants and with our own fundraising committee, we have raised a total of in excess of £800,000. Tremendous total. An example of what can be done, and the determination is there. Now, there's one more important section that I've missed out, and that is you, the people of Kirkcudbright. This whole thing wouldn't have happened without you. If you hadn't believed in the pool and wanted it enough and be prepared to do your bit to support it, there's no amount of fundraising ideas and effort that we could have done that would have succeeded without the support of you. So I think you should give yourselves a great big cheer for that. Just finally, ladies and gentlemen, and well, in fact, to the younger children present who haven't yet learned to swim, there's someone I know in the town that I've known for quite a number of years who was born and grew up in Kirkcudbright, and he tells me that when he was at school, and he's not that much older than me, although to you that might seem ancient, but he tells me that when he went to school and he was taught to swim by going out to the old pier at the harbour and getting a rope tied round his waist and leaping into the river. So I think you can all be very glad that you don't have to go through that experience, and that you'll all be able to learn to swim in your own nice warm pool. So now we can come to that great moment when we can mark the start of construction by cutting the first turf. Now, for that task, we have invited along today a lady called Mrs. Joan Williams. Now, she it was who was on the community council when the idea of the swimming pool was first raised, and she took it upon herself to form a steering committee, which in turn gave rise to the formation of Kirkcudbright Swimming Pool Limited. And we as a committee thought that it would be a fitting tribute to her and proper recognition of all her efforts in getting us started to invite her along to cut the first turf. I think we can refer to her as our founding mother, if she doesn't object to that expression. So if I can now ask Joan to... To show us how it's really done. Stand clear. Just one or two concluding remarks, ladies and gentlemen. You might be interested to know that the spade that was used to cut that turf was the same spade that was used to cut the first turf on the railway that came to Kirkcudbright more than 100 years ago. I'm told that the railway lasted 100 years. I'm quite sure our pool will last even longer. Well, that's us on our way, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great start. Let's hope it continues this way. Thank you all for coming along today, and also for all your support in the past. There's one final sting in the tail, I'm afraid. There's always a sort of depressing note. Don't think, as was reported in the Herald last week, that that's the end of our fundraising campaign. This is an important milestone, but we have expenses setting up and the kitting out of the pool, and we still have to raise funds for these. So don't let up your fundraising efforts. We still need to carry that on. So as I say, don't think that this is the end. However, I'm sure you will all do your bit, and I look forward to your continuing support in the future, and we can look forward to our first swim in the pool next year. Thank you all.